Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Crusader here. I'm going to be doing a review of Alexander Lorenzo's video on Cardano. I watched this because I've been studying the shit out of crypto, trying to learn everything I can, and I came across this video, and I had to make a video in response to it because there's some things in here that, I just felt, I guess I feel differently about. So let's go ahead and get started on this.
So I started doing research on Cardano. I started diving deep into how it could potentially play out in the future. Now, I want to show you my notes here because I specifically made this title. I'm buying as much Cardano as I can.
All right, so I guess he's saying that he was going to buy it.
Now, that recently just switched for me, okay? Cardano, although it's been dropping in price, and I could see how the narrative is playing out in a positive way because all other layer ones have been beating it by percentage gains. We have...
All right, Cardano has been dropping in price, and I think that's where everybody gets upset thinking Cardano is failing because, oh, the price is down. Okay, yeah, the price is down, but are people talking about it? Are people excited about it? Are people developing on it? That's the real thing you need to look for when picking something like this, and it has an ass load of support and people behind it. So that, to me, it's like, the price is going to go up and down. I know this. So it's like,
quarter one and all these decentralized exchanges happening in the beginning of 2022. I could see how Cardano hype will potentially increase the value of Cardano, but I have to be honest. I switched the title to I was terribly wrong about Cardano because I found some alarming evidence of whale manipulation.
Ooh, okay, this ought to be good. Let's see.
In this video, I'm going to give you guys the truth, regardless of how much it hurts, regardless of how many subscribers I lose or how many dislikes I get. I'm going to be showing you guys exactly the honest opinion. Keep watching.
All right. Blah, blah, blah. All right.
Very, very touchy subject for a lot of people because Cardano is basically a glorified meme coin. They don't have any product.
A glorified meme coin. Oh, okay. Well then, what's Sandbox? There's no metaverse games out there. Everybody is buying this stuff based on it becoming adopted and it becoming something bigger at a later date. Every single one of them is like that. They're all not finished. They're all not working. Most people, I mean, has anybody bought anything with a cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin? And most people haven't even bought anything with Bitcoin. They're just buying it and holding it, hoping to sell it at a later date. So all this stuff is still relatively new. So for him to say, "Oh, it's a glorified meme coin," that is so not true because their DeFi, their smart contracts update that went live in September. That's there. It's there now. So that's bullshit.
Right now, decentralized exchange is not happening.
Decentralized exchange is not happening on Cardano. We got one in testnet right now. It's rocking. You can go and try it out right now. Right now.
Although they plan on doing it in the future, what I want to do is shed some light on what's going on in the Cardano ecosystem. Now, I want to bring your attention to the screen share really quickly because if you just take Cardano.
Yeah, if you YouTube Cardano, you will see it does have a lot of support and a lot of momentum from just grassroots though, which is great. These are all little guys out there. There's no big companies aren't behind it. It's all little guys getting it together, and that's the whole point of it.
Cardano, type it in to YouTube and watch these videos. You would think that Cardano is the greatest thing on planet Earth. We have all of these moon boys basically talking only positive about what's going on. Now, don't get me wrong. I still have a Cardano bag, and I will likely invest in Cardano relatively soon. In this video, I'll disclose the exact dates and exact time I will probably invest. And of course, I'll probably tell you guys on my Twitter, which brings me to my next point. Please, guys, follow me on my Twitter. We're talking about all like this single one of these videos. I went through all of them. And for some reason, they keep just talking only positive about Cardano.
They're talking positively about Cardano because it's very promising. And here's the thing when it comes to investing. You want to invest in something when it looks like it's going to turn into something. And as far as the Cardano project is concerned, they've hit their marks. I mean, some of them were late, but they've been hitting their marks. And the fact that people are getting involved with it, getting behind it. There's an assload of people developing on it. That means that when that stuff gets going, the price is going to increase based on that. I mean, it's like you got to get into something before it becomes something if you want to make money with it. It's like Amazon. It's like, oh, wow, yeah. Well, I don't want to invest in Amazon like back in the day. I don't know if they're going to turn into anything. They only sell books. You know, it's like, yeah, you got to do it before it becomes big, because once it becomes big, it's too late.
No. And although I love what they're doing, I love the unique proposition they have, I do think they are going to come out with a decentralized exchange and attract liquidity and infrastructure.
You just said they were a glorified meme coin.
From Ethereum, and probably do well in the future. I do think this is going to happen. I have to lay out the evidence. Why is it that every single time Cardano pumps, it comes from some type of like speculation? Or
That's because every coin does that. Everybody buys the coin thinking that somebody else is going to buy it, so they want their price to increase. Everybody wants to buy a coin for a low price and then be able to have it or sell it at a higher price. That's what everybody's trying to do. Everybody's trying to do that. Nobody wants to buy a coin and go, oh, wow, I'm glad it went down.
or hype. And then there's only a select few people with large amounts of money or whales that stop the market. Literally at the last all-time highs of Cardano. I am going to show you evidence towards the end of this video.
Whales stop the market. Yeah, because when whales sell, when they've gotten when the price has gone up from them buying it, whales cause the price to go up too.
Exactly how they manipulated and dumped on unsuspecting retail, and it actually pissed me off. So if you appreciate this content, like I said, I don't care if I lose subscribers. Do me a favor, like the video, share it with a friend, and share it with a Cardano lover, right? It's great and productive that everybody attacks research from a logical, unbiased perspective.
I'm okay with getting research and getting different perspectives on things. It's just I just don't think this guy has a full understanding of how the market works.
If anything, it pisses me off when people get tribalistic and get emotional about their investments. So if you want to be productive in the cryptocurrency space, we have to look at all the data that's provided. And like I said, I was optimistic in the beginning with everybody else saying, hey, Cardano's going to do well because Ethereum's been destroying it. So eventually Cardano's going to, help with the percentage gain. It's going to beat Ethereum. That's how I started. And
do you know why Cardano's going to beat Ethereum? Or why you could speculate it will beat Ethereum? Because Ethereum is put together with duct tape and bubble gum, and it costs more in gas fees and transaction fees to buy an item than the item's even worth. And it's slow. People want something. People like the Ethereum technology, but they want it done better.
And after my research, I titled it a little bit different. So I'll give you guys all of the reasons and more. So the first thing I want to look at here is I want to prove to you guys that Cardano's price is basically always going to be hype.
Oh yeah, it's just Cardano. All the charts look like this from every single crypto, and they all coincide with Bitcoin too.
It's been hype from the beginning. I mean, if you look at it from a logical perspective, they don't have a working product.
Okay, what about Sandbox? How many people do you know play Metaverse and all that shit? Nobody's playing that. It's all based on speculation. Again, none of this stuff's a working product. Bitcoin's the only thing that's a working product because it's very basic. That's it. Everything else, I guess you could call Ethereum a working product, a product that works very badly.
Price increase equals hype, right? And this is how it's moved since it started. They've never had a working product. It was basically Charles Hoskinson, motivational speaker, and people just liking what they're doing. It's always been promises. Now, recently that changed, of course. We have so many test nets and different things coming out. And
you just said they don't have a working product, but then you just said they changed. So it's like, where are we going with here? Which way are we going?
Developers, saying that this is going to be built on Cardano, and it's going to happen. Don't get me wrong. But up until...
Okay, well, if you know what's going to happen, then why are you saying, they don't even have a working product?
It's all been hype and speculation.
Hype and speculation, that's what they all are. They are all hype and speculation. What about Shiba Inu? What the hell product is that? It's all hype. It's all people buying something because they know or think that other people are going to buy it.
I can prove that. If we come over here, it originally started, in October when they announced their roadmap. As you can see, they have a new roadmap. They said they were going to bring out smart contracts. And then we have the second piece of news here, and it lines up almost perfect, where we actually had Coin Bureau, okay? And if you guys don't know, this guy has an effect on the market. If he drops a video, coins pump immediately.
I doubt that. I'm sure it's got a lot to do with the Cardano roadmap. This pump here was all because of smart contracts going live with the Alonzo upgrade, and the fact that, that Cardano will be able to have smart contracts similar to Ethereum, everybody knew that that's a big deal. So that people bought it because of that, and then other people bought it because they knew other people would buy it because of that, which made it go up even more. There were some people who don't even give a shit about Cardano. They just knew that the price was going to go up, so they bought it, which made the price go up even more. That's how this all works.
And a lot of big YouTubers have this effect on the market. And literally at this exact point here is when he made this video, and it helped with the market jump.
It didn't help with the market jump. It's just all it is getting the word out on something. That's all it is. I mean, he didn't like. It's not like Elon Musk when he does a tweet that tweets something with no merit that makes the market jump.
Now from there, right? If I pull this open, this is basically the Cardano search term by Google Trends. You could see around the time it started, December, which is around here, as retail starts to jump in, literally right around here, that was after the hype and news. So it's almost like somebody paid for this hype and news. I'm not saying Coin Bureau got paid, but I know for a fact that, a lot of articles get paid for, guys. I run a business. I know that this is how it works, right? You pay for marketing, you pay for awareness.
Yeah, you pay for marketing, you pay for awareness. I mean, but every other coin does this. I don't understand how Cardano's different. That's what I don't understand.
So you pay for exposure so you can get your brand out there. This is most likely what Cardano did, and it's not out of the question, not out of the ordinary, but they're paying people here to talk about their roadmap. Coin Bureau makes a video, helps the price of Cardano pump. Then retail comes in, and this is search traffic volume. So this kind of signifies how much search traffic is going to the search term Cardano. And that started to happen here. Now, there's one thing I want to point out.
Yeah, they saw the price going up. Hello?
The percentage increase here was definitely the most exaggerated. So if you come from here to here, you can see it's a 377% increase.
Yeah, okay, just so you know, if in the markets, if something starts going up, yeah, people are going to start investigating because they're going to want to know, okay, why is the price going up?
But from Coin Bureaus, we have 129%. And then from the original, I guess you could say article, 91%. So you could see that retail moved the market the most, which is adding to my case. Cardano moves off of hype.
They all move off hype. Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, hello?
99% of the time, it moves off of just like pure hype. Also, just to give you guys some more information, this spike here, this white arrow, this was actually from input-output of them launching their testnet, and we getting some hype around that. Now, the point is, I want to point out what these red arrows are in the future of the video, and I want to show you guys that the market was pretty much ended every single time from a select few whales. Now,
that happens every time. Basically, usually it's when Bitcoin starts dumping, whales will start dumping because they know the price is going to go down. And just also, so you know, whales can't just dump all their, like someone can't go on an exchange and dump like $1 million worth of a crypto, because they'll end up getting way less for the actual item. Just so you know, I screwed up one time and went to an exchange and I sold over $100,000 worth of crypto, being an idiot, and I got like, I'm going to say Cardano at that time, I sold my Cardano at that time back when it was going down the first time, and the price was at like 220, and my order got filled all the way from 220 all the way down to 180 because there weren't enough sellers there to fill my order. So it just went down to the next one. That's why a whale can't just hit sell at one time, because it'll crash the market, or he'll get way less for the coin. So they got to do it by piecemeal.
This is the original narrative that a lot of people on YouTube are talking about. So I want to differentiate myself and tell you guys like something that you haven't heard, right? Because you could just go type in Cardano video and get the same information over and over again. They're regurgitating the same information. But I want to provide a unique perspective. So originally, into my research process and my theory about Cardano, I was like, yo, look, ADA versus ETH. This chart right here shows ADA going and beating Ethereum here, and then when it drops, Ethereum is beating ADA.
All right, just so you guys know, everybody was buying the crap out of Cardano here because they knew that the smart contracts were going live on the mainnet. And when it went up, then when it got to about here, everybody's like, all right, it went from here to here. So people are starting to think, okay, well, I better get selling, because they know what goes up real fast comes down real fast, because a lot of these people just bought in to ride the wave up to then sell. People are just trying to trade. They're buying it just to then sell it later. They're not buying it to keep it. They don't care about the project. They just care about the gains. That's all they care about. But if you zoom out, you'll see that the Cardano was 10 cents last year, Now it's $1.20 something, or I don't even know. It's like $1.20 something, $1.30 something. That's still huge. That's a huge increase.
So, hey, Ethereum's been destroying 88. This has to reverse anytime soon. Also, it's on this big, box of support here, right? You see there's support all over this. There's a lot of price action here. So chances are, hey, quarter one, which is around this date, January, quarter one, January, February, we were going to get the Cardano bounce, right? And then I was going to invest like a large percent.
I believe that's going to happen. It's because it's oversold. Everybody has sold their Cardano to the point now they're starting to think, all right, well, I probably want to get back into it because they know a lot of stuff is going to be coming out, like Sunday Swap, Muesli Swap, all that stuff.
Of my net worth, like probably mostly Ethereum. I was probably going to get rid of like 70% of my Ethereum into ADA to capitalize on this bounce.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So now you want to go and get in and capitalize on the bounce. Don't you think everybody else was trying to do that too back over here?
Why? Because right here, you would have lost 65% against Ethereum. You would have been much better. So obviously it's not losing specifically.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. Again, you don't have a crystal ball. It's like, all right, sometimes you guess wrong. That's just what happens. You don't know exactly what people are going to do. But to say, oh, that's whales, it's just like, it's just people who buy and sell. It's called a free market.
Because it's opportunity cost, right? It's the opportunity of being Ethereum versus Cardano. But you...
Yeah, and there's a hell of a lot more opportunity in Cardano because Cardano hasn't fully launched all its capabilities yet, and all the projects haven't launched. So if I'm investing in something, I'm going to get in something before it goes big, not after.
You guys know my goal is always to outcompete Ethereum. And in this case right here, being that Cardano does not have a product, it would have been a very bad decision if you had mostly Cardano versus Ethereum, because Ethereum has the infrastructure, has the developers. It basically has everything, right?
Well, how about developing on a Cardano? That's what I'm doing. It's like, I know a lot of people, they're only in this to just buy a coin for $1 and sell it for $2. But with Cardano, you could, I don't know, run a stake pool, start an NFT project. There's things you could do on Cardano right now. Like, I don't understand, like that's where I'm going to go do. I'm going to be starting my own stake pool at the start of the next year. I'm going to be getting heavily into crypto outside of just trading it. You could stake it. I mean, there's make a use case for it. How about that? Let's think outside the box.
Has all the adoption, so it's the safer play. Not only is it safer, but it also outcompeted Cardano. So the best decision for sure was definitely here. Also, there's one thing I wanted to point out from my video, which was November 4th specifically. Let me pop open my YouTube channel really quickly. So if I pull up this video here, this is one of my live streams, and this is going to be kind of important because you can see the timing, right? November 4th. Look at this.
Charles Hoskinson is getting greedy. I don't think that guy is greedy. I don't get what. I guess that was just clickbait title.
Cardano's Charles Hoskinson is greedy. I was criticizing Cardano for what it was. Now, if we go back to the price of ADA, this was literally November 4th right here. Now, since I made that live stream, Cardano is down 43%.
Well, maybe your live stream is what caused the market to go down.
Now, the reason why I'm saying this is, please listen to me now, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you more evidence that there's some manipulation in Cardano and it's not as good as everybody's making.
Bitcoin went down around that time too. Hello?
It seem right now. Now, if we look at ADA versus Binance, okay, if I click this right here, all I did was compare ADA USDT divided by BNB USDT. So basically this chart is dictating when it goes up, ADA is doing better than BNB, which is Binance Smart Chain Token. When it goes down, Binance Smart Chain Token is doing better than ADA, right? So the beauty of this chart is that they're both two major layer ones in the ecosystem. They're both, top 5. Same thing with Solana. It's like a major layer one. So I'm going to compare ADA versus these gains. Now, again, adding to that original narrative I had of Cardano being super bullish, you could see why people believe this. I get it, but you have to look deeper, right?
All right, okay. Well, people are swapping back and forth. It's not. People are swapping back and forth because they're trying to buy low and sell high. That's what's causing that. It's like whale manipulation. Just because you bought Cardano at a high price and it went down and now you're upset. It's like, well, that's how it works. There's traders and there's people who are long-term investors. There's people who are going to develop on it. There's all different types of people. If you're a trader, yeah, you screwed up.
So ADA has lost 65% against Binance Smart Chain Token. So you would have been wrong again in this case if you held ADA. Now, if we look even deeper, same thing, Solana. ADA lost 94% against Solana, guys. So
yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, Solana and Binance Coin have done great, but the way I see it, it's like I want to get in something before it does good. So right now, I'm buying the shit out of Cardano. I mean, I'm probably buying as much as they let me. They only let you buy like 20 grand at a time, but I'm just saying, I mean, now is the time you want to buy because I mean, I don't know about you. I like to get into stuff before it goes up.
I can see why people want that reversal, right? They want the price to jump because it's time, right? It's Cardano's time, Q1. We have decentralized exchanges, infrastructure, company, so many different news events, hype, all these things coming around Q1. But I want to give you guys the real data. So again, I just made the case that Cardano pumps with hype. I also made the case that other layer ones were out competing Cardano massively by percentage gains.
All right, because a lot of those other ones are thrown together real fast, but they're not. Cardano's more of a slow project. That's what people don't like about it. But I mean, Charles Hoskinson, he's thinking of everything. He's solving the problems like scalability and governance and all that kind of stuff. It's like, all right, this project's out there. Yeah, they want to be the first ones there. So they're going to throw it together fast. But the problem with that is you get a product out there and then it's, people start using it and everything. It's like, how do we fix this? That's the problem you run into. That's why Ethereum, that's why that can't, keep going the way things are going with the gas fees.
Now, what I want to do is show you, why it'll pump in the future and why it's dumped in the past. Okay. So basically, obviously Cardano doesn't work. So you can consider it a glorified meme coin.
He keeps saying that it doesn't work. You can buy NFTs off of it. You can send and receive ADA. There's actually a working DEX on it right now that you can go to. It's not like fully up and running, but it's still there's features on it on the main net. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, it's a glorified meme coin. Being able to have a test net that shows their interoperability, the way they're going to be able to have that bridge with Ethereum net. I mean, it's like that's not fair to say it's a glorified meme coin. You're trying to say it's like Shiba Inu. I mean, come on, man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They have the NFTs, they have the metaverse, they have all these projects coming out.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm talking about working on a level like Ethereum,
Well, okay. When you say it's a meme coin, though, Dogecoin's a meme coin. Shiba Inu's a meme coin. Those are meme coins. Like just because something isn't fully operational yet, that's not fair to call it a meme coin.
Actually having liquidity, actually having interoperability, complete ecosystem. It doesn't really work right now. I would even consider AVAX or Solana a better working product than Cardano right now, for sure.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Those may be, they may be the answer. I don't know. Nobody knows. And it's like tomorrow, ADA could turn around and go up a jillion points, and those could go into the shitter. It's like that's the game. You got to roll the dice, baby.
And a lot of people would agree with me on that. But it's going to work in the future. They have world-class developers. They're integrating into Africa. All of this great news. Q1 2022, we even found dates on my old Cardano videos where I showed you that Q1 is going to be a great time for Cardano. We even see Sunday Swap make.
Yeah, this is going to be huge, and everybody's talking about this. You cannot tell me that this isn't going to be big. Like if you type in Cardano, every Cardano YouTuber influencer is talking about this. Everybody's staking to get the rewards at one of the scooper pools. I mean, this is going to be freaking huge when this comes out, and it's already working right now on testnet.
Their beta and potentially coming out in the future with a decentralized exchange. So I would say that yes, it doesn't work now, but it will work. It will work in the future.
Well, if it's going to work, then what's the problem? Like I don't understand. You should probably be buying it right now, huh? What you think?
And they will have a superior product. And I will say I was wrong. So we did talk about in other Cardano videos, and I'm a man coming on this YouTube video right now, and I'm telling you the truth, right? I had a certain type of perspective, and that perspective changed. And I used to say, hey, look, whale concentration is low, right? As you can see here, whale concentration is only 6%. We have a lot more investors in Cardano, 22%. And look at retail volume. There's a lot more retail volume. So I made the case, hey, Cardano is really decentralized. Until I started looking a little bit deeper. And this is where I guess you could say the best part of the video is. So again, guys, if I lose subscribers,
All right. I think this is the part that I really found interesting.
People hate me, bash me in the comment section. Do me a favor, like the video, and let's try to get to as many people as possible. I have to speak the truth. So this, article came across my table. 10% of Cardano wealthiest addresses control 90% of all ADA circulating supply.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's because those are the people that made the price go up. Because people with big money started buying the crap out of it. That's what makes the price move. So it's kind of like a necessary evil.
So if we go down, kind of shows like real on-chain metrics from Coinmetrics, of basically whales controlling most of the circulating supply, which would go completely against what I said by it being decentralized.
All right. Okay. There's decentralized there's decentralized with people holding more of the circulating coins, and then there's decentralized with the actual network, and it is decentralized when you look into it is decentralized when you see that all the stake pool operators, they got the proof of stake where you can't have whales go in there and just control the network because the stake pool will get oversaturated. It's got a safeguard against that. So it is decentralized when you look at all the people running the nodes. Those are the people who control the network.
By nature. It's not decentralized. And as this came on my radar, I got skeptical, so I started diving a little bit deeper. And I started looking at, who would benefit the most? Who would benefit the most from these tops here? And it's the people that sold, right? So,
well, yeah, because think about it. Yeah, if you bought down here and the price is right here, you're kind of thinking to yourself, yeah, I think I'm going to go and take some profit because it's already gone up a lot. Chances are it's going to come crashing down. And when that happens, when the first people start selling, it creates a cascade. I mean, that's in every market. Like, why aren't you showing this for every single other market?
I looked at these two specific events. Right here is May 15th.
That right there is when Bitcoin crashed. And over here is when the smart contract went live. And then basically there was a huge gain, and then everybody started selling because they're like, all right, I've gotten all my gains out of Cardano. Now I'm going to move on to something else, because they knew that, all right, you can only go up so high before it starts coming down. Whenever you see something like this, something goes straight up like a rocket, it always comes back down. I mean, that's just trading.
And I looked at, September 2nd to September 5th. What happened around there that would bring the price of Cardano down? I think
what happened here was Bitcoin went down.
I think this is a very productive conversation to have. So I pull up this on-chain metric. This is called average transaction size. So basically, this is showing the size of the average transaction. Now, I want to show you this date, and it's pretty alarming, okay? If we come over here to September, the beginning of September, right around here, which was its all-time high, and then from there, it has, it dumped down like ridiculous percentages, 55%. Literally, the average transaction size got into the millions. What does that mean? Right here, we had the average transaction size of 70K, 80K.
Yeah, that's because people were trying to sell before the next guy did, because they wanted to get the best price for it because they knew it was on its way down. That's what happens.
115K, 150K, 300K, right? Then it jumped up at the literal top. At the literal top of Cardano, the average transaction size went to $1.4, $1.3 million. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Who can sell $1.4, $1.3 million? Whales.
Well, it's like everybody says whales. It's like those whales are the people that made the price go up for the average guy. So they benefited when the average guy buys at the bottom and it goes up because whales are buying in. The average guy benefits. It's just when the whales decide to sell, it moves the market. Just like when the whales decide to buy, it moves the market. That's what gets investors, retail guys going in. Is usually when they see price movement.
Whales. People have been in this for a long time, sell that much money. So this is clear evidence with on-chain metrics showing that whales manipulated the price of Cardano. Now,
well, I mean, again, you could say that for any other. Which cryptocurrency doesn't have that happen? You tell me.
This is very conceptual. This is theory. But think about it. If somebody's paying someone to pump the price of Cardano originally, right, with these news articles and Coin Bureau, and then retail comes in, we get this retail effect of the price increasing, and then whales dump the market, right, at the top. Who benefited the most?
Well, okay, you could say the same thing about Shiba Inu and Doge. People lost their ass with that. I mean, why aren't you talking about that? Shiba Inu and Doge are are way worse when it comes to this. Elon Musk, one guy makes a tweet and everybody goes apeshit. And then it's like, oh, okay, and Elon Musk makes a tweet and Bitcoin goes down. That's Bitcoin crashed back in, what was it, April, May, because he said that, oh, he doesn't like Bitcoin because of the energy consumption. Remember that?
From this pump. The whales did. Who's the most likely to start the pump? The whales did. Okay.
Right. Whales start the pump. Yeah. And whales do the dump. Retail, with one retail guy, retail doesn't usually do everything at the same time.
Okay. This is very simple and straightforward. Who are the whales? Probably the people that are most integrated into the product, right? So it's a very simple tactic that a lot of journalists use, which is follow the money. Who benefits the most, right? So I got even more skeptical and I started diving even deeper. If we come over here, you can see that there's this first dumping event here.
Again, that's when Elon Musk did his tweet saying that Bitcoin was not, it wasn't good for the environment. That's what that caused Bitcoin to crash.
Here, which is around May. Now, if we look at a different metric, which is large transactions, you can see even before May, it was almost like they were dumping the whole entire time. Large transactions, look at how much large transactions, and these are transactions over 100K. You can see it right here. Literally, I'm showing you daily on-chain transactions greater than 100K. And you can see that even before, like the beginning of February, they started bringing the price down, literally over here, right here. As soon as it started dumping, all of this time, whales kept dumping and dumping. People with large amounts of money kept dumping.
Yeah, they kept dumping. They were dollar cost averaging out because they had already gotten the gains if they bought from here and then they got all the way here. Yeah, they're going to start dumping because they want to get their money back. They want to make money. They don't want to break even or lose money. They want to get it back. So yeah, whales they got to sell. In order to make money, they got to buy and sell. Most, there's some people out there who buy and hold, some whales that'll buy and hold, but most want to accumulate. They want to get the value, but they want to ride it up and then go into something else.
So again, I'm going to go through it one more time for you guys so you understand. Somebody paid someone, retail came in, the person that paid is probably likely the person that dumped here. It's as simple as that. I mean,
every crypto was going up at that time. Every crypto was going up at that time. And it's just the word gets out. Pumping a coin, Cardano is not the coin you'd want to pump because the supply is so high. I mean, it's just not. I'm not seeing it, man.
I mean, this is a common thing you see with IDOs, right? Pretty much everybody goes through this exact cycle. Of course, they want a piece of it. Of course, they're going to do this. And I don't know why they dumped it. Maybe they dumped it to pay developers. Whatever it is, I'm not going to.
They dumped it so they could have profit.
Sit here and draw conclusions out of nothing. But what I do know is that the average transaction size right around here got really big, and only a select few people can pull that off. So basically, if we go to this on-chain metric spike, you can see it's anywhere from March, April, May. And if we bring up the actual price.
All right. And just so you guys know, it's when stuff goes from here to here real fast, that's when you want to start getting nervous. Because that means that chances are it's going to start going down. Granted, if you would have sold here, you'd be about where we're at right now. But still, it's like when you get a huge gain like that, especially if you're not a long-term holder, you need to sell or start taking profit because what goes up it can go down just as fast.
And go to March, April, May. We see March, April, May, right? And then we have the last one in September.
That September pump was because of the Alonzo update.
So if I bring up here, we see again August, September. So you can see large transactions spiking again. Now, obviously, this is a bad thing. This is whales manipulating the price of Cardano for sure and taking advantage of retail. But just to give you some hope, towards the end here, you can see large transactions accumulating. So as Cardano's price went down, we still have large transactions buying Cardano, which can hopefully play into the narrative I keep saying, where we're going to have this bounce, right? Where Ethereum's going to lose against Cardano. Q1 2022, ecosystem's going to come out. But I have to take all of this information in my purchase decision.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Ethereum is on borrowed time. I mean, it may be through a layer 2, it may be able to still stay relevant. But once you can bridge and once you can take your stuff over to Cardano, I mean, I wouldn't see why you'd want to stick around and go back to Ethereum. I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing Cardano really accelerating and things really happening on it. That's why I'm all in on it. But hey, we'll see. We'll see who's right. I can't see Cardano going any much lower past a $1.20, just because most of the people who bought it when it went crazy high, those are people that were just looking to make a quick buck. They'd ride the wave up. The people below $1.20, those are people who are actually believe in the project and they're long-term holders. So, I mean, hey, I could be wrong, but I'm buying the crap out of it right now because I feel as though we've reached the bottom.
This is not going to derail me from buying Cardano. I'll probably buy more in the future, and I'll officially announce my buy call on Twitter. So definitely follow me on Twitter, Alex on Crypto. I'm going to say when I buy Cardano there. But I did want to give you guys this information because this is really relevant. Also, one thing I'm a little bit scared about with Cardano is this whole push towards layer 2 scaling solutions and ZK rollups. So it's really a race right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, the other ones rely, like Ethereum's got to rely on some other thing to get it to work, whereas Cardano's got it within Cardano. They have the solution. So it's like, I mean, for me that sounds better, but hey, you know what? Anything could happen. It's going to be a gamble. There are no guarantees. If you want guaranteed money, go work 9 to 5.
And is Cardano going to come in with their decentralized exchange and all this infrastructure and beat these layer 2s? That's a big question.
If that exchange, if Sunday Swap goes well, Cardano could explode, and yes, and it's possible. It's possible it could freaking like completely annihilate those layer 2s. So, and it hasn't happened yet. So, I mean, I'm like I said, I like to buy stuff before stuff happens, not after.
You have to ask for yourself for sure. That's a hard question. And I would say that right now I'm leaning a little bit towards layer 2s winning just because of the amount of adoption. I mean, look, MasterCard, we have some Polygon. Yeah, it's crazy. The layer 2 adoption right now.
Yeah, hey, you know what? That's great. I mean, that's great for crypto that MasterCard, is going with, what is it, with Polygon? Is that what it says on Ethereum Solution Partnership with MasterCard? I mean, again, this stuff is still early. I still think that what Charles has put together is something that is definitely different, and it's like duct tape and bubble gum or something that's put together that's solid. Me personally, I'm betting on the more solid project. That's me.
Now is insane. With the metaverse happening, they're gonna, metaverse is gonna bring people to layer 2. So the question is, how is Cardano going to pull out of this? I think with history, Cardano just gets the hype and it's going to pump regardless. So it's probably going to still be a good investment for me.
Cardano is going to pump because it's got a lot of the influencers behind it. If you think about it, Cardano is more of a grassroots thing where it's like people are just on their own accord getting behind Cardano because they believe in the project, not because they're paid to. I mean, I'm pumping Cardano just because I believe in the project. I know what it can do, and I plan on developing on it myself. I see an opportunity for me more than just to buy a coin, wait for it to go up, and then sell it to some other idiot for more money. Like I see way more opportunity with the Cardano than any of those other layer 2s. That's just me.
And I'll definitely keep you guys updated and let you know exactly when I start buying Cardano. But that's it for this video. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave.
All right. Well, I mean, it's like, it was good he made this video. It's just that there's some things, it's like, saying that whales are manipulating the price. If you want the price to go up, money's got to go in there. It's like you want whales when everybody's like, oh, we want institutional money to come in. Yeah, well, it's like people with the big money. They're going to buy it and cause it to go up. I mean, most people aren't going to get involved in something way when things are really, really at their infancy. Like, you got to have the big money come in to really move the price. Then everybody starts talking about it. That's what gets the hype going, is when the price goes up real fast. Then everybody's like, oh, what the hell is this? I got to research this. Oh, that's what gets everybody's attention is having the price go up. And how does that happen? People got to start buying it. People got to put money into it. So it's like whales, they're a necessary evil, guys. All right. Well, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I've ripped this guy enough. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Crusader out.